Do you have any idols or celebrities or famous people you are admiring too? Who are they? What are their characteristics that made you idolize them? Today, we shall discuss a creative nonfiction from an American-based Filipino writer, Wilfredo Pascual, titled Devotion. But before that, let us first define what creative nonfiction is. If you are familiar with fiction, you know that fiction is a product of writer's imagination but is still based on truth. The truth was presented in a creative way. For example, in How My Brother Leon Brought Home a Wife, we know for a fact that a city girl may fall in love with a boy from a province, yet the story was just created by the writer's imagination and the characters do not exist in real life. Nonfiction is a documentation of what exactly happened in the real world. News is an example of this. Creative nonfiction is a merging of fiction and nonfiction. It requires the skill of a storyteller and the research ability of a reporter. Let us now discuss our literary piece for today, and we shall find out how creative nonfictions contribute to the Philippine literature and English literary canon. Devotion by Wilfredo Pascual is not about Catholicism or religion. It is about his encounter with a fellow Noranian or a fan of Nora Honor and how this fan was very devoted to his idol. This man named Mandy Diaz has a museum of things of and about Nora Honor. From VHS tapes and movie posters of Nora's films, shoes, clothes, and gowns she wore, vinyl records, cassettes, CDs of her songs, photographs, campaign posters, and stickers, to magazines where the star were featured. Mandy's pillowcase was also printed with a photo of his idol. If you do not know who Nora Honor is, you are probably not a Filipino. She is a very famous singer who hailed from Iriga City, Camarines Sur. She started as a humble drinking water seller in train stations and won in 1960's Tawag ng Tanghalan. Her voice and her beautiful face then took her to star movies and was named Philippine Cinema's Superstar. Famous of her movies are Himala, 1982, Tatlong Taong Walang Diyos, 1976, Bona, 1980, and Thy Womb, 2012. She has received awards locally and internationally. The literary piece states that Nora Honor swam effortlessly back and forth between the elements of water in her life and on the screen, selling drinking water in train stations at an early age to fetching water in the slums to bathe her idol. The element flowed freely from poverty to servitude to retribution. This creative nonfiction revolves around fanaticism and iconography, which are rampant in the Filipino culture from different generations. Fanaticism is on the Filipino psyche. Example of this, other than Noranians and Vilmanians, are Manny Pacquiao's fans and teleserye craze. It is being fixated on a particular interest, dogma, sports team, celebrity or celebrity love teams, Korean boy bands, Wattpad series, and others. Of course, we can say that being fascinated to our idols is merely katuwaan lang. Young people usually say that their idols are their source of inspiration and they keep them out of troubles. But we should also think that there are more critical concerns that we may forget because of focusing on glitters of fame and popularity of our idols.